Our next session will start shortly. Could you please wait for a moment and be seated? Thank you. Thank you for your waiting. We will now begin session 3, Safe and Secure Cities 2, Building Resilient Cities, Strengthening People and Community Ties. Our moderator will be Ms. Mami Mizutari, former Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for Disaster Reduction and head of the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, UNDRR. Our speakers for this session are Deputy Vice Mayor and Majority Floor Leader of Davao, Mr. Jesus P. Zozobrado III. Acting Chairman of Manila, Attorney Romando Altes, CPA. Country Secretary and Chief Officer for Urban Planning and Infrastructure of Nairobi, Mr. Patrick Analo. Ambassador for International Relations of Seoul, Mr. Koo Hoon Sok, and Mayor of Tinadu City, Mr. Saud Ali. Please have a seat. Thank you.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first session in the afternoon after lunch, which is always a bit challenged because I'm sure that the government of Tokyo feeds everyone very well. But nevertheless, because of the importance and the, how should I say, the excitement around sharing policies, sharing experiences around this theme, I'm sure that, we will have a very, very vibrant session. So I'm not going to repeat what I mentioned this morning, but just to say that, yes, there are so many resilient cities and countries in this world, and not so many. But from my experience at the United Nations as the head of what is called the Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, I know that all countries which are represented here are well known for their resilience. So I'm sure that we will have great examples to be shared with us today. So my first speaker is Mr. Jesus Zozobrado, who is the Deputy Vice Mayor of Davao. Deputy Vice Mayor, the floor is yours.
Hello. Good afternoon. Konnichiwa and Madayao. I am Jesus Joseph Zozobrado, representing the city government of Davao, and we are honored to be part of Cities② Tokyo 2024. We are excited to take advantage of this opportunity to showcase some of the best practices of Davao City. Philippines is divided into 3 major islands, the Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Davao City is a highly urbanized city located in the southern part of the Philippines and considered as the center of trade and commerce in Mindanao. It has a land area of about 2,444 square kilometers, making it the largest city in the country in terms of land area. And we also have a population of about 2 million. Davao City has 11 ethno-linguistic tribes. It has one of the best potable water in the world with a vibrant economy, a top-notch peace and order programs, and one of the most prepared city to respond to emergencies. We have here the pictures of our former mayors and current mayor. On the left is also our former President of the Republic of the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte, a Mindanaoan and from Davao. And in the center is our current Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Sara Duterte, and on the right is our current Mayor Sebastian Duterte. Through their strong leadership, the city has been ranked as one of the safest and most livable city in the Philippines. I will share with you a video that showcases the beauty of Davao. But before that, a brief history of our Public Safety and Security Office. It was established on July 27, 2010 by then Mayor Sara Duterte, and the objective of which is to maintain, enhance, and ensure public safety, as well as improve the quality of life for all Davaoenos. Once again, konnichiwa and domo arigato.
Davao City is located in the southeastern part of the Philippines. It is a large city where 1.8 million people live. Known for its rich natural resources, it is one of the Philippines' most progressive cities. Davao City is a beautiful city. It is home to warm and friendly people. It is a place where different cultures live together in harmony. Inside Davao City, there are so many places to explore and things to do. We have golf courses, shopping malls, cafes and restaurants, luxuriant hotels, parks and greeneries, mountain resorts, spas, large convention facilities. We are also the gateway to Davao region, a land of beautiful beaches, dive sites, mountains, waterfalls, and many attractions await. We have 911 emergency response system and world-class health facilities. You are in good hands in Davao.
In 2004, the city government of Davao realized the need to manage traffic by installing the smarter traffic management by using a full-blown automated traffic signal and surveillance system. The idea of a smarter Davao city was born. Studies were immediately conducted wherein the city-wide traffic signal warrant analysis was done and the project was systematically implemented by phase. It did not take long for the city to be credited as the Phase 1 of the state-of-the-art traffic signalization system. Won the Consulting Engineers and Land Surveyors of California Merit Award Engineering Excellence, which is now known as American Council of Engineering Companies. On July 27, 2010, Executive Order Number 12 was issued, creating Public Safety Command Center as a facility of the Office of the City Mayor, which will serve to assist other departments both local and national. June 4, 2012 through Executive Order Number 18, wherein security was added to the picture due to the imminent threats on security. The Public Safety and Security Command Center, or PSSCC, is a great manifestation of the city endeavor to ensure peace and order at all times. PSSCC was able to gain access to fixed network database through Interpol's global communication system, known as I-24/7's network. It is the first in the country and in Southeast Asia, wherein LGU was authorized to gain access in real time on approximately 38.3 million records of various data, with cutting-edge technology integrated with other line agencies. PSSCC perform an endless safety and security monitoring of the city, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week.
So that was a very comprehensive video telling us the different aspects that your city is tackling under the leadership of your mayors. I will come back to you later with a question, but now I would like to give the floor to our next speaker, who is the acting chairman of Manila, Mr. Artes. Mr. Artes, the floor is yours.
Thank you. To my fellow city leaders and innovators, good afternoon. On behalf of the Metro Manila, Philippines, I will be presenting the region's disaster preparedness and disaster risk reduction and management efforts. Metro Manila, or the National Capital Region, is composed of 16 cities and one municipality and is home to a population of more than 13 million. Metro Manila is considered as the premier region, being the country's center of political, cultural, and socio-economic activities. It is bounded by two fault lines on the east and the west sides, making it highly vulnerable to earthquakes. The West Valley Fault could trigger a 7.2 magnitude earthquake, which we call the big one. In a JICA-funded study called Earthquake Impact Reduction Study for Metro Manila, a scenario wherein 7.2 magnitude earthquake with epicenter in Metro Manila will result in the total and partial collapse of hundreds of thousands of infrastructures, about 33,500 fatalities, serious injuries to 100,000 people, heavy damage to lifeline utilities, and the estimated total economic loss is about $48 billion. The study was conducted 20 years ago, so these numbers can potentially shoot up given the continuous growth of the population in Metro Manila. In response to this, the Oplan Metro Yacal Plus, or the Metro Manila Earthquake Contingency Plan, was formulated to define interagency roles before, during, and after a strong earthquake. This plan aims to strengthen the government's capacity in delivering goods and services to the affected populace in Metro Manila. The updated plan was formulated 10 years ago, and MMDA is currently updating the plan. In case of a strong earthquake, Metro Manila will be divided into 4 quadrants. Each quadrant will have an assigned evacuation areas and sub-emergency operation center. The sub-emergency operation centers are designated as staging areas for the check-in, accounting, deployment, and command and control of resources in the given area of responsibility. The plan has a multi-stakeholder, all-inclusive setup. These agencies are the core response sectors, with their role based on their respective mandates, such as the Office of the Civil Defense for Communications, Philippine National Police for Safety and Security, and MMDA for Search and Rescue. Aside from these agencies, there are also cooperating government agencies, private lifeline organizations, volunteer organizations, and civil society organizations involved in carrying out the contingency plan. In the event of a strong earthquake, the MMDA Communications and Command Center will be designated as the Emergency Operations Center of Metro Manila. The command center is located at the authority's new MMDA building that can withstand a 7.9 magnitude earthquake. The command center facility includes an operation center, data center, situation room, viewing room, media room, and power room, as well as new technologies such as high-definition CCTVs, intelligent traffic signalization system, and radio smart dispatch system with built-in GPS. In preparation for the big one, the Metro Manila conducts shake drills to raise awareness, educate and prepare the public. This also assesses the effectiveness of various agencies' response to a simulated disaster scenario through the testing of the communication protocols, coordination mechanism, and resource mobilization. Aside from earthquakes, Metro Manila is also prone to flooding, especially during the rainy season. Several factors contribute to this vulnerability. As part of the Flood Management Master Plan, MMDA implements the Metro Manila Flood Management Project together with DPWH, which aims to improve flood management in Metro Manila. The plan has introduced various technologies and practices to communities and MMDA facilities in order to reduce waste in waterways. To address the perennial flooding in Metro Manila, the Effective Flood Control Operation System, or FCOS, which was constructed by Japan Radio Company, was built to ensure effective operations of floodways and control structure by diverting excess water from Marikina River to Laguna Lake. We also plan to establish a training facility for disaster to be the training hub of disaster management personnel of the 17 local government units of Metro Manila, along with other regions and provinces. In closing, let us remember that ensuring a region's disaster preparedness and response is a multi-stakeholder shared responsibility to safeguard lives and properties. We cannot prevent natural disasters from occurring. However, we can prevent the loss of lives and damage to properties through preparations. Together, through proactive planning, collaboration, innovation, and international cooperation, we can build resilient and face tomorrow's challenges with strength and unity. Thank you very much, and mabuhay.
Well, thank you very much for your presentation showing us how Manila is being prepared for earthquakes and also for floods. Now I would like to turn to our third speaker, the County Secretary and Chief Officer of Nairobi, Mr. Patrick Analo. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Let me join the rest of my colleagues in discussing the case of Nairobi, the issue of change in climate leading to disruption of an urban settlement, and how, as a city, we've responded to that, particularly the recent challenge we had of excessive rain. So the city of Nairobi early this year experienced abnormal rain, and from records we have come to discover that this is a condition that appears to happen every 50 years. The last time this was experienced in the city, where we had excessive rains beyond 200 millimeters, was in 1972 to also around 1975. Early this year, our city received excessive rains, and this led to bursting of a number of river banks within the city, leading to flooding of adjoining settlements. This, as a result, led to disruption of livelihoods within our city. We had a number of businesses totally destroyed and settlements cut off. We had residential areas that, particularly informal settlements, which were seriously affected, and we had to undertake emergency evacuation. On the screen, you can see some of the areas that have been affected. There are roads which have been totally destroyed. There are settlements which have been marooned, and even to an extent of destruction of even trees and greenery. This went on for quite some time. In total, we had about 50,000 households affected within the city. And as a result, we realized that we need to build our capacity in terms of equipping the city of Nairobi to be able to address urban safety and security issues from a changing environment. And in this instance, excessive rains leading to flooding. So the video
tokeni hapo.
One of our settlements within the city that have been totally,
You can
shut
see
down,
the way the flood
or
is
rather
right now.
disrupted by excessive
Madare River is
water
flooded
from
right now,
the river.
and you can see people they are using a handcart to ferry people across the bridge. River Madare has just outbusted it.
Yeah, and this flooding also affects even access to social amenities. For example, the image you see on the left side of the screen is a public toilet within one of the residential settlements that can now not be accessed by members of the public. On the right, we have traffic congestion because of poor visibility. Sections of the roads have been destroyed. We have schools which were also affected. Up to a total of about 17 bridges were destroyed, and this even led to postponement of opening of schools within the city in order to allow for the county government to restore the destroyed bridges which had cut settlements, and this would prevent kids from going to school. So moving forward, as a city, what are we doing? Because this has both been a moment of reflection, a challenge, and also an opportunity for us to build our capacity as a city. We have engaged in internal capacity building of a department responsible for disaster management and coordination, and this incident of flooding within our city allowed us to work very closely with the two layers of government, the national government and the county government, and the non-state operators, including humanitarian bodies, non-governmental agencies, the weather forecast department, in coming up with a response strategy. We had 17 control and response centers distributed within the 17 sub-counties, and we had a toll-free emergency response number and deployment of necessary support, including ambulances, and this in a great way really helped to respond to the challenge and alleviate the severity of the flooding. I think moving forward, we would also want to build capacity in terms of early warning systems for the city of Nairobi, river monitoring, because our city has about 5 major rivers. So the other program that the government has embarked on is eviction of settlements within a riparian reserve up to a distance of 30 meters. That exercise is currently ongoing in order to make sure that we have the river riparian free from encroachment and settlements, in order to ensure that we do not expose people to threats that or to risks that emerge as a result of flooding. Another important thing which I also want to mention is that we have a number of youth whom the current county government administration had employed, whom we call the Green Army. And they are like champions, or more or less like volunteers. They came in very handy in helping families, in helping people who had been stranded during this period of flooding. So we look forward to work with a number of startup companies, including some which are from TOKYO-SEADS here, and others which belong to young people in the city of Nairobi, in terms of building the capacity to respond to natural calamities when they occur, and rebuilding the settlements, rebuilding the infrastructure that has been destroyed. The county government also moving forward is going to keenly invest in necessary budget allocation for municipal intervention in programs that are helping build the city's capacity to respond to various disasters. I think other than flooding, the city recently had, I think last year, we had gone through a long spell of drought, and equally that had affected access to water within the city. We are fortunate for Nairobi, we do not go through cases like earthquake, which are experienced in other parts of the city. I mean, of the country, as we've listened to the discussions during this Cities② convention. But I think it's important for cities around the globe, including the discussions we're having in this meeting, to be prepared for a cross-section of challenges that happen in urban area, from flooding, earthquakes, prolonged periods of drought, typhoons and cyclones. So I want to really appreciate this opportunity, because it's also a learning exercise for the city of Nairobi in terms of building capacity, and also how to enable ourselves to respond to different types of disasters that happen within the urban area. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Analo. Definitely, as you mentioned, the startups, and a lot of them that are run by young people, are becoming more and more important in bringing solutions to disaster risk reduction, to response. And I think, it's very important that you mentioned that. And I think this Cities② is also a way to join these different, challenges and the ways of solving them. So thank you very much. Now I would like to turn to Ambassador Koo, Ambassador for International Relations of the City of Seoul. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. Very good afternoon. konnichiwa. 안녕하세요. When an earthquake of magnitude 9.0 hit the east coast of Japan, this country, in 2011, the village of Fudai was spared from the destruction with only one casualty. It was thanks to a 15-meter breakwater built by the former village leader, Mr. Wamura Kotoku, who pushed ahead with the construction over protest from villagers, his people. The village experience highlights the importance of prediction and prevention in disaster response. The world is witnessing unprecedented calamities caused by various issues, including urban deterioration and climate crisis. Many of today's disasters are massive and highly complex. They are difficult to predict and inflict damage on a massive area. As you see, examples include the recent bridge collapse in Baltimore, in the United States, the flooding of Gangnam, Seoul, in South Korea, and the landslide in Almaty City, Japan. As such, the Seoul Metropolitan Government, or the SMG, strives to keep its citizens safe by pursuing 3 goals for stronger disaster safety system. First, we identify latent risk factors brought on by extreme weather conditions and technological and social changes. And we conducted repeated drills informed by these factors, building the disaster response capabilities of all employees. We also organized drills against other disasters such as crowd collapse, fires at high-rise buildings, and flooding of underground shopping centers. As part of our continued efforts to enhance the city's disaster response capabilities, we have daily drills where we contact various institutions unexpectedly without any notice and assess their response. Second, we have built a tight-knit system connecting the city administration, the district, the police, and the fire department to ensure rapid response in case of a disaster. Furthermore, the Seoul Metropolitan Government staffed firefighters with extensive field experience at the Disaster and Safety Management Office. And the 119 Emergency Control Center system is twinned with the Disaster and Safety Management Office to share all information, such as on-site videos recorded by firefighters and current situation at the site. Around 100,000 CCTV cameras are installed across Seoul. In the event of a disaster, the police, the fire department, and other relevant institutions receive videos not only from the CCTV cameras at the affected site, but also from the 5 different cameras closest to the site to ensure prompt initial response by the institutions. Third, we strive towards scientific and systematic safety management by applying rapid assessment in ICT to all stages of disaster management from prediction to management. Today, I will outline 4 of the more important technologies currently being utilized by city in Seoul. First, people counting systems are set up in densely populated areas in Seoul. The system automatically calculates how many people are concentrated per unit area, and if the number of people exceeds 5 per unit area, the information about the location is immediately distributed to the relevant institutions, such as fire department and the police. Second, AI-powered robots patrol the traditional markets at night to prevent fires. In the event of a fire, they respond by spraying fire extinguishing agent materials stored in their body. They also use their path analysis capability to guide people around them through the optimal evacuation route. Third, to ensure effective response to flooding risks, the SMG maintains a scientific flood prediction system. The system predicts the location and the scale of flooding in the event of heavy rainfall using the water level measurement from sensors installed in rivers, sewer pipes, and roads, and automatically generates disaster damage scenarios. First, the SMG has been expanding the scope of regular inspection and various infrastructure facilities using drones, robots, AI videos, and other emerging tech to eliminate any blind spots. As we move forward, we will continue to prevent massive natural and social disasters to preserve Seoul's history and tradition and the city into an attractive and beautiful place where all visitors can find happiness and safety. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much for your presentation highlighting the use of artificial intelligence. I would like to come back to you on that one in the question and answer session. So, last but not least, Mayor of Tinadu City, Mr. Saud Ali, again from a country which is very disaster prone, but for that quite resilient. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. First of all, warm welcome to all city leaders. Very good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Uh, my presentation belongs to our city, Tinadu, but we came from Maldives. So I will talk about little bit about Maldives. I hope everyone have heard about Maldives. It's not a population, not much, that much higher, like 500,000 population. Based on other countries are very less we are. And we have located 1,192 islands. And in that 187 islands, people are living. So remaining were uninhabited islands. Based on that, our records, 80% of the islands is 1 meter or below 1 meter from the sea level, which is very risky regarding to other countries. And depending on our raw data, like 2050, there are some islands we might have to, people have to move to center of the Maldives. That's because of global warming. And also, we have 5 cities, major 5 cities in Maldives. And I'm representing as one of the cities, like Tinadu city, south of the Maldives. And also, everyone knows that in 2024, we hit the tsunami, and we have to move so many people from other islands to their residence. So we'll move on about down. Yeah. We'll talk about our city, Tinadu city. Tinadu city is located in Gaftal Atoll in Maldives. So as a capital of the atoll has been proposed in the capital of Upper South province in Maldives. Gaftal and South Huad Atoll, we known as biggest atoll in Maldives, with a population over 14,000 inhabitants. Tinadu in our city serve as a significant hub in neighboring islands communities due to many essential services. Main environmental challenges in our cities faced by previous years, like flood mitigations, water, coastal erosions, air pollutions. Mostly air pollutions we will face. We will have waste management. At the moment, we don't have that much proper waste management system, but sooner we are going to make that system better, and the central government policies we have central government policies came up to get a better solution for the people who lives in our cities, and also coastal erosions. Previously, we found hard solutions, but as I mentioned, the sea levels are rising. So every seasons of the year, we will face a tidal problem. We can damage a lot of infrastructure, and also when we have a heavy raining, residents are facing a lot of challenges. Their equipments and their infrastructures are damaging. So we are creating team or like a EOC, we are creating to attend immediate actions to solve and to help. By initiatives overcome to challenges encountered by the Tinadu city, as I mentioned, for the heavy raining, we, we created flood mitigation projects. Now the 50% we have established in our city, and also erosion issues. We make like geobags. We used to control the erosions, and also we are trying to get other easiest methods that we can grow, put the growers and to have beaches in our cities, and also this air pollutions to control that we will get waste management controlling systems in Chinadu. I think the time up, so we can end up for this other questions are remaining. We'll give answers for that.
Thank you very much. At this time of climate change and sea level rise, we know that countries such as Maldives is facing an existential risk, and people need to be replaced permanently, which is a big challenge. And I think that also makes your country resilient as well. So thank you very much for the presentations. And now I would like to ask questions to each one of our distinguished presentators. So Mr. Zozobrado, what struck me is that you have a very vast territory, your city, and in there, was it 11 ethnic, different ethnic
That is correct.
groups? So this is really rich culturally as a heritage. However, at the same time, when it comes to disaster response, these different, sometimes languages, sometimes cultures can be a challenge. But you need to bring everybody together as a city. How do you do that?
Well, all 11 ethnic tribes have been properly represented in our city council. And every now and then we do have a regular discussion with them how to deal with every situation in their behalf and for the benefit, especially when it comes to disasters. And in fact, we have also given them the responsibility to ensure that in their respective areas, they protect the area and address to every situation. We do have a command center just like the other cities. This command center is where we integrate and coordinate all necessary actions that we need to take for every situation that we will be facing, be that during disaster, flooding, earthquake, or even right now we are experiencing a heat index of 43 degrees. So that's why it's very important for us also to protect the environment. So in the city of Davao, most of the area, substantially most of the 2,443 square kilometers is a green area. It's mostly forest and agricultural production area. So we seriously monitor and take into consideration how we can provide each tribe what they need to have to protect themselves. So everyone is involved in this.
Much being involved, being empowered, I think is the key to this issue, and we can understand how your city is doing this very efficiently. So, Mr. Altes, Metro Manila, I have visited many times during my tenure at the United Nations, and what always strikes me is the resilience of your country as a whole, of course, but the Metro Manila district. I was very interested in the training facility that you talked about for disaster preparedness, and perhaps can you enlighten us a bit more about how this training facility works, and how does that, who are trained there, how does that connect to the resilience of the city, and perhaps does the training facility is also open to other cities or even other countries, because I think there are such examples, but uh, would you share us that information?
Yes, actually, the training facility was a product of various benchmarking, including the Tokyo Metropolitan Government's training facility as well as the Los Angeles County training facility. It will have a rappelling tower for rope rescue training, confined space rescue training for collapse search and rescue training, earthquake and landslide search and rescue orientation course, wreck building with structural rubble pile, urban search and rescue training, K9 search and rescue training, pancake collapse building rescue training, space for heavy duty vehicle extraction, fire suppression, K9 search and rescue unit and training center, and swift water flood training facility. So we can say that this is a complete training facility for search and rescue. We will be training trainers. We will just extend this first to the 17 local government units of Metro Manila, but we will open this to trainers from other regions like Davao and other major cities. And we are also open to collaborations with from other countries. We can hold joint training exercise there so that we can learn from each other's experience. And hopefully, when the time comes, God forbid, that we need each other's help and cooperation, we'll be there to help each other based on the training that we will be doing in the training facility. I just like to add that Metro Manila's agreements with other regions, that in case of the big one, as we call it, other regions will respond to help us in Metro Manila because, again, based on the study funded by JICA, if a 7.2 magnitude earthquake will hit Metro Manila as epicenter, it will really be catastrophic. So we really need the help of other regions as well as the international community. So yes, we will be opening these training facilities, not just for the LGUs of Metro Manila and other regions, but also for other countries.
Well, thank you very much. That's very, very reassuring. Um, and of course, capacity building is such a challenge, but your approach of training the trainers, I think, is very valid because unless you train trainers and have a lot of those people ready, it is not easy to build a capacity in the long run. So thank you very much for that. Now, Mr. Analo, I was struck by the comprehensiveness of your program because you have a network which is really well structured, partnerships, you have budget allocation, you are working on an early warning system, which is very important. And I wanted to ask you, with doing all that, of course, everything is quite challenging, but what do you see as the most challenging aspect of disaster preparedness and prevention response for a city even as big as Nairobi?
Yeah, thank you so much. For starters, Nairobi is currently home to 5 million people, day population, rather night population, but 6 million people, their population. 1 million commute on a day-to-day basis within the metropolitan region. Now, I think the most crucial thing in terms of disaster preparedness and response is localized, local community awareness. Awareness in the sense that I think to many people, particularly in the developing cities, many citizens view the issue of disaster occurrence and response like it's the sole responsibility of government. Of course, it is the sole responsibility of government, but it is an extraordinary occurrence. And when it happens within a large-scale area, like 696 square kilometers, it requires that there has to be support and active participation of local communities. And so this calls upon building of localized social and environmental networks that can therefore help government to quickly intervene, but also help local communities to respond to those challenges. This includes information dissemination, responding to cases at the local level, supporting even government agencies when they come to respond to those challenges. And that's why, for us, our intervention focused on looking at the administrative districts, or I think here in Tokyo you call it prefecture, something of that sort, so that you're able to deploy the resources based on existing government structures at the sub-county. But we would also want to take it even up to the ward or the village, the smallest unit. So within that local area, you're able to mobilize yourself and already start to do something as you wait for government to come in. And I think that's why it's important for us as a city. We find it very useful to link these to startups, because then you plug into other existing data and social and economic and infrastructural network that can help you even in terms of being able to respond, which medical facilities are within a certain locality, and so you can refer people to those facilities, which non-state emergency response services, Red Cross, private security companies are within which locality that we can leverage on them if we are overstretched within a certain period, which opinion leaders within which locality, and we have their data, we can reach out to them within a very shortest time, and we can use them to communicate to people, to mobilize within that specific area. Because when disaster happens, most municipal authorities get overstretched in terms of even budget, in terms of equipment, in terms of facilities, and the normal way of managing societies is destroyed. Even communication becomes an issue. So you have to rely on other non-conventional processes, including social networks, local social networks to respond to such issues. We project our population by 2030 will be about 15 million people, whereas it is still a smaller population compared to Tokyo, which is 14 million. But I think from where I sit as an urban planner, we need to leverage more on the dynamics within the urban population, because we can never have enough resources. All urban economies are struggling. The demand to meet the economic needs of an urban population vis-a-vis the budget that is available is not matching. So even for disaster response, we have to leverage on technology, local community structures, and I think for me, that is something I find to be very relevant. And I think as a city of Nairobi, we really want to build on that and to leverage even on the youth, because we have quite a youthful population. And these young people are very instrumental in helping respond to disaster when it happens within the urban area. The local community, the elders also have knowledge in terms of history of this area, and they can also provide that leadership and information in addressing urban issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The reappreciation of communities, I think, is a theme that is becoming more and more important. that if the community is empowered, then many risks, including the risk that comes from vulnerability, can be overcome. So thank you very much for pointing us towards that area. Now, Ambassador Hu, we heard about your very, very sophisticated system of CCTVs, and I myself, when I visited Seoul, I had the privilege of being taken to these centers and observing the operation. But of course, you know, these systems, we heard from the professor at the UN, rector of UN University, about the importance of governance of artificial intelligence. So can you tell us a bit more about how do you protect personal information while also using this important technology for disaster response? In other words, what are also the principles through which your CCTV system is operated?
Thank you for your question. Actually, that's very tough issue. We have to just take a balance. You know, just a disaster just comes without any prior notice to us. But South Korean people, they really value their privacy. Even some young people, if they assume just government is watching over them, they are very angry. So that's why South Korean government enacted a law which regulated very strictly to protect the privacy of the people. So according to this act, you know, all agencies and civil servants are required to just you know, use this you know, all information collected by CCTV camera only if the situation is very serious or the situation could be in no time just got serious. People could be suffered from the disaster at any time. And that's the, you know, in advance. And after everything is settled and okay, our government, the civil servants and agencies should be, you know, have some concrete measures to abolish all collected information right away. And if, you know, agencies or civil servants just preserve the information, just violating this law, they could get some penalty by the law. So yes, it is true. Just if you visit South Korea, we have more than 100,000 cameras, 60 cameras of the street, and 81 60 cameras on the very populated areas. That's not for collecting the information for government use of violating the you know, privacy of individuals. We wanna just offer the safety to the people. And one more thing is actually, if you visit Seoul, you'll find all around the year we have a festival. Summer festival, fall festival, winter festival, spring festival. So many people, even all over the world, come to Seoul. So there is sometimes the event is held without any specific organizer. So government, if we, Seoul Metropolitan Government is you know, hosting party, maybe we can be in control. But sometimes some festival is very vibrant, but without any protection of the safety. That's why we need some measures like CCTV cameras or AI robot to go around and collecting the information. But the one more important thing is how to take concrete measures to protect our citizens' privacy and the foreigners' privacy. That's what we are valuing very much. And hopefully you can find something very special in Seoul. Yeah, that's very true. I was quite impressed by you know, the speech by the UN rector, and you know, Seoul is one of the forefront runner in terms of AI skill, but we have to make very good use of this AI robot to protect our rights, human rights, even human rights, and just to, just make people very safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, thank you very much for your patience, Mayor Saud Ali. My question is around flood mitigation. So, mitigating the risk from flood means many things, I think. It could be about infrastructure, but it could be also about the vulnerability, how to strengthen communities, how to have better data about the floods. So what are the few points that you as a city focus on when you take forward flood mitigation?
Thank you. First of all, we have to see how we are facing this crisis. That's because in our cities, the streets are sands, and very recently, like 2015, 2016, the government have developed some of the streets as asphalt. After that, we face so many areas that we are collecting rainwaters, and the households are below the street. Everyone's are not so rich. They cannot lift their houses. So we are facing a lot of problems. We communicate with the central government itself. Previously, the law says government have to bear everything. So very recent system that we've formed in like 15 years right now. We are in decentralization policies. After that, we, through the system, with the help of community, we did something better, and also we all came here to share our ideas. Like that, we got much better ideas to flush out most of the waters when the heavy rainy seasons. And also some of the waters we can dewatering as a system. Like at the moment, we have a system that we can flush most of the areas, but still we have to cover some of the areas, and we are going to have another project like that. And also, we found that sushi tech, this technology, actually, we need to bring down to our city itself. And also some of the countries that already they are using it, because it is very helpful for our community to engage this kind of crisis. And also not only the flood mitigation, also this tsunami impact also. And this kind of momentum we have to minimize in our cities. And also the community engagement, we try to protect our beaches, like planting trees, like soft engineering solutions we are bringing down, because everyone likes these Maldives islands, and those who are visited, and they are very much encouraged and very much sharing the ideas to do such things, especially in Maldives. This is like a heaven of the life. So we are trying our best, and in this program, we will get more ideas, and we will go back to our country, our city, and we will find a much more better solution from this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of this session. I'm just going to piggyback on what you said, Mayor. Solutions, right? We know what the challenge is, but we need to come up with more solutions, and this is a wonderful venue, opportunity to do this. And thank you so much for your rich ideas, solutions, and let us have more, because the challenge is getting too strong for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, everyone. Now we would like to take a photo with all the speakers and the moderator. Would you please come forward and line up for the photo session? Thank you very much. The official comment is coming. Could you wait for a moment? Thank you. Thank you very much for your cooperation for photo session. Please give a big round of applause to everyone who took the stage this time. Thank you very much for a wonderful speech. Thank you. With that, we conclude session 3. We would like now to take a coffee break. The next session, session 4, Environment 2, Promoting Zero Emissions, will be held in the foyer room. And session 5, Inclusive and Just Societies 1, Promoting Women's Empowerment, Promoting Sports and Culture, will be held in this room. The session will begin at 2:05. The session scheduled to begin at 2:05 p.m. Please arrive by the starting time. In addition, if you are speakers for the next session, our liaisons will direct you to the briefing room. Thank you.